Okay, so inside of the course organizer, you'll see here we have, I'm going to walk you through a unit here. So the 5th unit that I have is linear functions. So as we get into the unit, each one of these 10 units is going to have one of these called a unit organizer that starts to narrow down the information to the students. So at the start of a new unit, we start with one of these. They get a new one of these. So my students have in their binder 2 page protectors. First one has that course organizer. The second one is going to have the most up-to-date or the most current unit organizer that we're currently working with. So if we're working in linear functions here, this would be towards the end of a completed unit. It's starting to break down the information as a quick view on the front of what this unit is going to entail. What are the high points? What are the most important things they're going to take from this unit? Laid out to them on this quick unit map on the front. They see where it fits into the rest with what the last unit was to where the next unit is going to go. There's a schedule here on the side of all of their assignments. I have mine track their assignments on here. So when students are absent or they miss work, or they know what assignment or schedule we're on, they have it all right there in one spot for them to look at and know this is where all of my work is. And they can track here on this column. They can use that to know to put in their scores for those assignments, or they can just maybe keep a check mark to know that check off that, yes, I did that assignment. That's kind of their kind of independence there. They kind of choose how they want to do that in my classroom for them. At the bottom of this are 5 questions. They're called self-test questions that explain to them on day 1 of the unit, these are the 5 questions that you need to know at the end of this unit that are going to help you on the unit test. They're going to help you then in turn answer a course question off of the course organizer as it kind of builds throughout, kind of helps them focus or lets them kind of see where things are going from the start of the unit. Again, this is on day 1 of the unit, we get this. Now, my students don't get this filled out. They get this as a blank document. And we, through the process of the routine, we co-construct this together. We build this together, and then they end up having one that looks like mine, but it's in their handwriting. Now, when I first started out, it was a lot of fill in the blank. They would maybe fill in 1 or 2 words, kind of help them along with it. But as they got the routine, they start to fill this out on their own, and they create this on their own as we do it together. Now, on the back of the unit organizer, as we're working in linear functions, is taking that map from the front, and now we extend it out and start to really get into more of the details of what that information actually looks like and what it is they exactly need to know. And each one of these flows through as a sentence. So as a student is reading this or reading through it, it's going to read to them as a sentence in a nice sentence structure that helps reinforce to them what that information is that they need to know. And with math, I have a lot of ones that look like this on mine. I have this wonderful phrase, which looks like, and examples, having some examples for them to see. They have an example right in there with their notes. And for my students, a lot of them have said, and before I use this, their notes were all over the place. They had notes here, they had notes there. They didn't know where to, they had to flip pages to find things they needed to find. Everything wasn't in one spot and it was confusing. This cleared all of that up for them. This is a lot of it, what they need to know. Those most important things are right here in front of them on one page, and they have it right here. And this is also co-constructed with the student. So thinking of how the unit organizer would work in the classroom, day 1 of a unit, I would show them the front. We would lay it out, kind of this is the map of where we're going. And then I instruct. We get into the instruction piece as we go through days of instruction and assignments. Once we've covered a piece, we come back to the unit organizer, to this particular spot on the back, and we start to go through as like a review process. What information do we need to put on here to fill this out? So they're interacting with that knowledge in multiple different ways